So you can see it's 19 degrees going by my Suunto watch. And I wanted to do a little experiment to show you how important it is for camping. There's about half an inch of snow outside, and if I can get this in focus, what I've done is carved out a little bit of a pad for my footprint. Underneath this snow is grass, but with all the leaves having fallen before this snowfall, I've got a cushion of leaves, which is still cold but much warmer than snow. So we'll compare temperatures inside and then inside the sleeping bag. Show you the importance of how you can get through this cold night even at 19 degrees. I've set up the tent. I put it on the little patch of snow that I cut out, and I'm going to go and see what kind of temperature changes we can get. I'm in the tent now, and the ambient temperature inside the tent is a balmy 18 degrees. Hopefully you can see this a little better than me without my glasses. But 18 degrees, that's kind of cold. I'm wearing not necessarily things that will help breathe, but this is just thick. I'm wearing thick, comfortable stuff for inside the sleeping bag tonight. Obviously, I'm going to take the headlamp off. This is just for getting around the tent. But fingerless gloves. I've got a single layer underneath with a hoodie, just in case my ears get kind of cold, but I'll be wrapped up. And then a second hoodie on top of it. I've got thermals, windproof, but this is more comfortable, and then socks. This is my thermal blanket in case I want to get extra warm, keep myself padded from the ground. But I also have thin closed cell foam. This is what I use for a first layer. And then my air mattress or air pad is a second layer of insulation. So that'll be the two layers of insulation to kind of keep me off the ground, in addition to that pocket that I made of mostly leaves and getting the snow out of the way, so that'll definitely help. The final thing that'll help is the strength, or the insulating factor that's found in the sleeping bag. Let me just take this out of my compressible. And I have a 3-weather sleeping bag. I was over in Catalina State Park in California when I graduated from the Arizona Center for Integrative Medicine, and it was about 20 degrees there. Also had coyotes in the background, but this kept me very warm. I usually would boil some water before I'd sleep and keep it inside the tent with me. I had a much smaller tent there. Since I have my car accessible at Devil's Lake, I'm going to bring a bigger tent. The only problem with using water before sleeping is that sooner or later that water's going to have to go somewhere you'll have to pee. So it is nice to keep a jug around. Guys, it's easy to use a jug. Just uncap and go. Women, you might have to cut the top layer of the plastic water jug out so that it's an easier access, but then you have to be careful you don't spill it. Don't hear the coyotes anymore. Now the temperature inside here. Temperature inside is warmed up to a cool 20 degrees. So you see, as I do more talking and as I spend more time in the tent, it'll get warmer and warmer just because of the enclosed walls. And again, if I stay off of the ground, I'll stay warmer. The sensation of cold will not be as bothersome. There is going to be a little bit of heat from these lights, these LEDs, but not much. So I'm going to bury myself in the sleeping bag, and then I'll take a temperature in the sleeping bag. But at this point in time, as I mentioned, it's about 20 to 21. I'll wait a couple more minutes without filming it and see how high the temperature can get inside the tent, and then we'll take a temp inside the sleeping bag after about 10 minutes. Okay, so I wrapped myself in a cocoon, and this is after about 10-15 minutes. Temperature is that 59 or 58 degrees, I can't see, but so I used plant cover for my base, my usual tent. I didn't actually put a footprint on this tent. The foam, the air pad, and then the strength of this down mattress in addition to the thermal blanket. So all this stuff plus my clothing and my body temperature help keep or generate a temp of close to 60 degrees. Now the temperature in this tent will be a little warmer than when we started just because of all the exhalation and the exhales that I've been going through with the moisture coming out. But the idea is if you can make your sleeping bag, your back, your clothing comfortable in this little cocoon, you'll get a good night's sleep. Sometimes you can take advantage of drinking some warm water beforehand. It'll increase your core, but then you're going to have to pee sooner or later, and that'll interrupt sleep. Definitely don't want to be going out there if you have to pee. Sometimes if you have a jug or a container that you can use, if you're a female you'll have to cut the top off so it's easier access, but that might save you a bit if you have to get up in the middle of the night, and hopefully not have to go move your bowels, because it's going to be super cold in any of the outhouses at night, and then it'll be a problem trying to get there at night. Not only wildlife, but slipping on something. So usually you have to go in groups of 2. I'd suggest you do all that stuff before, either in the public bathroom or in a store if there's one close by. At Devil's Lake there's a Walmart on the way, so probably be able to take care of things there. Having access to your clothes inside the tent, if you don't have thermal blanket, cover up, dump everything on top of your sleeping bag, and it'll keep you even warmer. Or underneath as extra padding, and again, you'll make it through the night, have a good hike in the morning.